Hello, Sagittarius. This is Ashley. We're going to look at January 2022 for you. We're going to look at a strength, a challenge, and then a potential outcome for you. And I say potential outcome because it depends on how you handle this strength and this challenge. Since we do have free will, right? So let's have an overall theme of what's going on with you in January. The Knight of Wands wanted to pop up there. We're going to see if he comes back out. So Sagittarius, January 2022. And I do have a cold, so hopefully I don't get super froggy. Alright, 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Sun. So, some sort of illumination here. Could definitely be this happy, warm experience coming in. King of Cups, excuse me, below that. So we're definitely got a soulmate situation going on here. King and Queen of Swords, Queen and King of Cups. Some deep emotions for a past soulmate here. And you're definitely thinking about it, doing some deep reflection on that situation. The strength here is actually that you're in some kind of a void. So, it's the dark moon here, and it's like this rest period. It's like going back into the void in order to recuperate and to come out the other side able to apply yourself from a rejuvenated place, right? We have the 9 of Wands, King of Swords, King of Pentacles. And I feel like the reason this is showing up as a strength is you've clearly been persevering on something for quite some time here. It could be this relationship here, and the two of you might be on a break. Kind of gone into silence at this time in order to kind of rest, recuperate, and get your heads on straight kind of energy here. But I do feel like maybe at this time you're perhaps more focused on, day-to-day stability. Could be very focused on work, finances, that kind of thing. Meanwhile, it's almost like you're kind of giving your heart a little bit of a time out here to recuperate from something. So let's dive into this and get some more detail on what this specific strength is really pointing you towards. With the 9 of Wands, we have the 8 of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. With the King of Swords, we have Justice. Definitely a focus on a truth here coming in. And the 6 of Cups. We saw that at the bottom of the deck. With the King of Pentacles, we have the 2 of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So I do feel like you're taking a break from someone here. And it could be that while you're in this void, this resting period, that you begin to have some higher understanding. As I'm saying that, I just saw the Hanged Man, so definitely a perspective shift that might be taking place here. You might be more clearly seeing the truth of a soulmate relationship here, and it could lead to this breakthrough energy with the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So it's almost like you're being encouraged to rest and pull your energy back so that you do gain this clarity. And I think you have been a bit guarded. You might have even blocked communication with this person, because it's almost like the communication's trying to come in and you've got your shields up here. This could be someone that you're married to, with Justice showing up here. Definitely a focus on wanting things to be equal give and take with this soulmate relationship. But when we get the Six of Cups, rather than, for example, the Two of Cups or the Lover showing up here, to me, it really does point to someone you've been with for maybe a period of time. But this could also be past life karma that you've been working through with this person, if that's something you believe in. With the King of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles, I do think that one or both of you desire to work together, but it's at this time, it's like you're trying to really go within and listen to that intuition before you make a final choice about this. Now, the challenge for the month is this bearing fruit. So it could be that something has taken a really long time to show you that it is progressing. With it being in a challenge position, there's uncertainty here if there can be an equal give and take between you and this partner. And it could very well be, with the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Swords here, that someone has officially decided to end this because it was out of balance. And I mean, when we get the bearing fruit card and then we see this Six of Pentacles, you can see that obviously one is dropping these pentacles, these coins, into another person's hand, but there's this infinite exchange happening here. Like it keeps going back and forth. There's this equal give and take taking place. And I do feel like someone here, Sagittarius, is showing up as the Queen of Swords. This person is trying to step back from the emotional aspect of the relationship, which does exist. There are feelings here, and there's a deep love. We saw the Queen and King of Cups, but you can see that this Queen of Swords, she's not only sitting on this like stone bench ready to cut through any BS, but she's got a cup down here locked away. So she's stepped more into her logical mind rather than trying to make decisions based on her heart. And I think that, and that could be masculine or feminine energy, it's just the Queen of Swords cuts things out that are not in truth, right? So let's see what we get when we clarify this row. The Ten of Swords, the Ten of Cups. So definitely a loving relationship coming to a close here. Five of Pentacles. And this feeling of it not coming into full fruition. It's almost like it got going and it felt like for a time you were headed in the right direction, but it's almost like it got cut short, right? And didn't make it the the full way that you thought maybe it would go to. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups. Definitely be dealing with an air water sign here very strongly. That's showing up. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or someone with strong placements in those parts of their chart. We also have some strong Libra showing up here. And again, Taurus, Aquarius. So take that as it resonates. It doesn't have to be their sign, it's just the energy that they're showing. And the Eight of Pentacles. So again, I feel like both of you are, it's almost like you're trying to pull yourself away from the emotions and just focus on working on yourself, working on your careers, you know. It's almost like both of you are closing your hearts off and trying to distract yourself with the workplace, or just a project, or anything to kind of pull you out of that emotional place and get your mind focused on something else. I also feel like both counterparts here have come to an understanding that the deep love connection that's involved here really kind of muddies the water when it comes to whether or not this relationship even works. And so I do feel like you've both figured that out, and you've both tried to pull out of the emotional space and into a more logical mind so that you can make the right decision about this dynamic. The Six of Pentacles, we have the Star, and the Two of Cups. So I think you both definitely hope that you can get to a place where things are balanced, equal give and take, and that you're able to heal this relationship. So to me, what this feels like, it feels like there's an evolution taking place here. It's like when you first met this person, you very well may have been in the Six of Cups energy. Like this was a past karmic soulmate that you needed to work through some energy with. And you've certainly had a difficult ending with this person, and could be blocking one another and just trying to kind of go into this quiet space. But at some point, I think you both want to get closer together, only it's like a new cycle begins, where you're no longer in this karmic back and forth with one another. It's like you both want to just come together whole and have a relationship that's balanced together. So it's like you've learned your lessons together, you're in this healing mode, and the hope is that you can come back together and come at it with a completely new energy from both of you. So it is a challenge here, because it's like the void itself is serving this very healing, possible illumination energy for you both. But the challenge is that on a physical level, you don't see it working out between the two of you. You're not seeing it progress in the 3D, if that makes sense. Now the potential outcome is the Fates in the reverse. And so this is kind of this energy of realizing that there's certain things that happen that are out of our control. And sometimes we don't always have a good reason for why something happened the way it did. It could be an ending that happened, right? And in this case, there is one. But ultimately, it's kind of, you have this choice of either feeling like a complete victim about it, right? And I don't mean like you're gonna grieve, obviously, and you should. But it's like getting stuck in the grief and staying in that, like feeling like a victim to what happened. Or you can choose to look at this as a learning opportunity, as a growth opportunity, and you can take it that way and move forward with a more positive outlook. As I mean, obviously the fate of it, it was fated to come to a close here. And I think that's because you both had karma that you worked out. So you can choose to look at it however you want to. It's just that the way that you look at it is going to kind of determine how things move forward, if that makes sense. So we have the Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. I do feel like there's definitely going to be some communication that comes in here in the future. And I do feel like it will come from a more loving place here. Somebody is really working to open that heart after having shut it down for a period of time here. So it looks like someone here wants to make an offer or come in with this communication that was potentially blocked previously. They still want to talk. Let's see. The Eight of Wands. This is King of Pentacles showing up again here. So I do feel like whoever's doing this communicating was coming from that place in the past where they just weren't sure if this was going to work. It looks like this person comes forward. Yeah. Strong Taurus energy here. They want growth. They want this to grow. And I think their time spent in that quiet place helped them to come to this decision. With the Page of Pentacles, we have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. So I do feel like one of the counterparts here is waiting for the other. And I feel like there's definitely a lot of heartbreak that will need to be discussed here when the two of you are both ready to have a conversation. And I feel like that'll be part of the healing process and will somehow serve to heal the both of you as you talk about it. And excuse me, more what I get from that, it's not just the sadness of it having come to an end. It's not the sadness of the ending. I mean, that's involved, but to me, it's almost like more of this regret or this pain associated with things not turning out the way that you'd hoped, right? So obviously you don't get into a relationship hoping it ends in flames. And so there's that loss of the dream that was associated with the relationship, the hopes that were associated with it. And to me, that feels like a conversation about that. With the Queen of Cups, we have the Hanged Man and Temperance. So I do feel like it's the feminine counterpart here that is waiting for this conversation to happen. And it feels to me like the feminine in this dynamic, which could be you, Sagittarius. I mean, you're showing up here as Temperance. You've really been patient and waiting for this counterpart to open up and talk and to try and mend what has been broken here. And I feel like the potential outcome of having this conversation is going to strongly depend on whether or not each of you can see this event of this ending that took place between the two of you, see that as a learning opportunity to step into a new energy, or one or both of you stay in this kind of victim mentality of like, oh, woe is me, this happened to me, kind of. I mean, if you take it from that standpoint, obviously this feminine that's sitting here waiting for this mending is going to just continue to feel pain because she's waiting. And so keep that in mind, that it could very well be that this masculine energy really needs this quiet time. He needs to have this breakthrough, this enlightenment that comes in the form of this Ace of Swords. He needs to see the truth of how this wasn't balanced in the past. And he needs to be able to do that and heal enough to be able to see it as a growth opportunity rather than as a complete failure, right? So I hope that was helpful, Sagittarius. Definitely some strong love situations coming up in the next couple of months because of Venus retrograde and her interactions with Pluto. So it's really impacting all types of relationships. I will be doing a bonus reading on that, so you might find that particularly interesting, because I kind of feel like that's this equal give and take, this Libra energy, which is all Venus, right, is showing up strongly in your reading in particular. So hit that notification bell, hit that like button. I really appreciate your time, and that really helps me and this channel to grow. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.